Coming up, how does Virginia stack up when it comes to health? And how is your money linked to your health? We'll take a look at the results of a new nationwide report.
And it turns out Maryland, Virginia, and DC aren't the same when it comes to keeping you safe on the streets. We'll show you where you might want to be especially careful while using a crosswalk. District Wire News starts right now. Good evening, I'm Aubrey Gelperin.
And I'm Brian White. 6 children and 2 adults are in the hospital being treated for minor injuries due to a bus crash in Anne Arundel County, Maryland. 2 oncoming cars hit the bus while it was driving to drop students off at school. The remaining children involved in the crash were picked up by a passing by bus, which was able to get the students to school on time.
Some say money can't buy you happiness, but it can apparently buy you health. Megan O'Keefe joins us now in the studio for more on the annual health report that ranks the healthiest counties in the country and how major income can be a major factor.
Thanks, guys. Yes, some of DC's neighbors just across the Potomac River have been ranked some of the healthiest counties in the state of Virginia. They're also some of the wealthiest. So I took a look at what makes those counties so healthy, as well as what type of access there is for healthcare for those in low-income communities.
According to the 2017 Health Rankings and Roadmap report, Loudoun, Arlington, and Fairfax County are the top 3 healthiest counties in the state of Virginia, and they're also some of the wealthiest.
There are healthy food choices for every income, but I think there's more choices at the higher income. So I think as your income goes up, I think you've got more choices in how you want to exercise. You have more choices in how you want to eat. You probably have better access to health care. You just have more choices.
The report considered many health aspects, and these Northern Virginia counties scored best in terms of access to healthy foods, access to parks and places for physical activity, and other social and economic factors. Even those in low-income communities, particularly in Fairfax County, have access to good health care. I had the opportunity to sit down with healthcare administrators from one Fairfax clinic that treats only uninsured patients.
This particular clinic is funded 100% by Fairfax County. So they do recognize that there are pockets of poverty throughout the community, and that to keep our community as a whole healthy, it's important that people who don't have access to more traditional health care through insurance can come to a clinic like this.
So we provide them a free family planning. I mean, they can come in anytime to get the birth control.
We try as much as we can to try to guide them, use a new beginning, as you know, they have the counselors to reinforce what we try to tell them here, how to, improve their health.
So while some health studies assume high income leads to good health, it is also clinics like these that help many counties stay healthy overall. For District Wire News, I'm Megan O'Keefe.
So this study was actually conducted nationwide, and one really interesting finding that they found was that there is an increase in premature death. So people are dying younger and due to unnatural causes, and that #1 cause of death is from drug overdoses, and DC is actually above the nation average for that. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Megan. Those clinics seem really great for low-income communities. Are they unique just to Fairfax County, or are there clinics like that in other areas?
There's actually clinics like this all over the country, but what's really great is that Fairfax County funds this clinic 100%, and which is really great because they only treat uninsured patients. So it's nice to see that a county is really focusing on great health care for people from all incomes, and it's clearly showing because they're at the top of this list for healthy counties. Back to you guys.
Pedestrian deaths are on the rise since 2016, but DC and Maryland seem to be bucking the nationwide trend. Austin Sternlicht has more on this.
Across the country, pedestrians are being killed in crashes more than ever before. According to the Governor's Highway Association, there was an 11% increase in these injuries in 2016. One of these states that suffered was Virginia, which saw a 35% rise in pedestrian deaths.
The improvement in the economy means that more people are driving, there are more people on the roads, and the more vehicle miles of travel that one goes, you increase the likelihood of being involved in a crash.
Despite nationwide increases, DC and Maryland have actually seen decreases in these fatalities. Maryland has seen a 13% drop, while the district has seen 57% of these accidents go down. The focus now shifts to what can be done to limit these preventable deaths.
And so the conversation is about what do we need to do as a community to make our road network safe for everybody. And so for everybody, drivers, pedestrians, and bicyclists, it's about understanding the rules for using the roads and also following them.
Some of the factors that play a role in these deaths include distracted driving and driving while impaired. In Washington, I'm Austin Sternlicht, District Wire News.
DC Mayor Muriel Bowser is taking the necessary steps to protect the city's missing youth and is sending her prayers to the families affected by the crisis. Mayor Bowser spoke to hundreds yesterday in her State of the District address in Washington. She reminded residents of her 6-plan initiative that will expand missing person web pages, as well as develop working groups. The address also warned Congress to stay out of the city's affairs and announced that more funding will be provided to make affordable housing accessible. Her speech was met with a standing ovation.
DC is expanding its police cadet program and is set to invest $1.6 million in the department. Mayor Muriel Bowser released a statement on Tuesday saying that the investment will allow the number of police cadets to double from 35 to 70. The cadet training program allows DC high school graduates to attend the University of the District of Columbia on a full scholarship while also working for the police department. Cadets who earn 60 college credits are able to complete their police training. Acting DC Police Chief Peter Newsham said in a statement that the program is a tremendous asset to the department.
In her State of the District address, Mayor Muriel Bowser calls on President Donald Trump to hand over land currently controlled by the National Park Service to the district.
We call on the President and Congress to expand their view of RFK and embrace a mix of uses, not just the stadium, but a more diverse plan that will ensure a vibrant future for more than 100 acres on the Anacostia River.
Bowser hopes to build a new stadium on the RFK site, which was once home to the Washington Redskins. In addition to RFK Stadium, Bowser is seeking to gain control of the city's 3 public golf courses in Franklin Square Park.
The House of Representatives repealed an Obama-era law on Tuesday that would require internet companies to ask for permission before sharing personal data. Consumers are concerned that this lack of privacy will restrain their free range of the web. Ellie Clausmeyer has more.
Internet users around the country are reevaluating the price of their privacy after the House of Representatives voted Tuesday to repeal privacy laws that were enacted under the Obama administration. This comes after the Senate approved the measure last week. The laws, which have not gone into effect, would have required companies to ask your permission before using and sharing your data. According to House Republicans, the repeal of the law would create a more even playing field amongst internet companies. However, many are concerned that this free access to personal data will allow companies to sell people's information to whoever is willing to pay the highest price. Consumers are concerned that the large amount of big business CEOs within the Trump administration could create a conflict of interest.
It definitely will affect down the line. It basically gives ISP providers the access to do pretty much selling third-party information to other providers, but it could basically open a can of worms and basically be the start of something much bigger. There's no rules, there's no regulations. It's all about big business.
President Trump is expected to approve the bill.
We're hoping, but is this hopeless? We're hoping that President Trump, with his valuing of his own privacy, will respect the privacy of the American people.
Consumers would still have the ability to opt out of information sharing under the new law. For District Wire News, I'm Ellie Clausmeyer.
Coming up after the break, President Trump's former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn is seeking a trade of immunity for testimony.
And university email addresses are in danger as hackers continue to target student accounts.